Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Hello everyone and welcome to this UPSL Premier Division matchup between Kalonji Pro-Profile and UMA FC. A very important match today for UMA especially because they're still chasing a playoff spot, and they are of course one game away from doing that. They're going to need a little help from the other game that's going on now between Augusta Arsenal and Angeles. And so if we take a quick look in a moment at the standings, we're going to see what they're up against. It's sort of requiring them to win the division, win this game to have a chance at that fourth playoff spot. As you see here, they're in fifth place at the moment. And on 12 points, Augusta Arsenal is playing Angeles today. They are leading in that game 1-0. And so it's up to them to get their victory here and hope that Augusta Arsenal loses their game today, a game that's being played at the same time now. Kalonji Pro-Profile, of course, have already clinched a division title for the second season in a row. And we'll see how they do in today's game as they prepare for the playoffs to come up starting next week. Sort of a rainy day today, overcast skies here. Comfortable temperature though. As both the teams still preparing for kickoff here. And we will see how this game will begin. Of course, these two teams played each other on Friday. That was a makeup game from earlier in the season. And now they play the second scheduled game. This is the regular scheduled game here. And so it's going to be interesting to see in that game. Kalonji Pro-Profile won it 1-0. And we are off here with Kalonji getting us started from the kickoff. And Kalonji Pro-Profile take first possession. Let's see how they move to this game. As anybody who watches them kind of knows that they have a very tight passing game, that they use a short passing game, quick and skillful. UMA very solid in defense. And we'll see how that matches up today as both of these teams get into it. There's Grant Carr, who's coming back from suspension. His first game back, he missed 2 games in suspension after a red card against FC Columbus Elite, a game that they won 5-1. And here goes UMA coming away. Long ball down the right side here. He's got a little space. Grant Carr is tracking him. Needs a little help, though, coming up this middle. Into the box there. It goes down. The referee says no to any type of call. Fair challenge. The UMA player did stay down. We'll see what happens there. It was 50-50 ball that both went to. The player is back up. Here we go. We put the ball back into play. And it'll be a called foul. Gives UMA a free kick here, chance to get something going in the other direction. Long ball down that left side there. It does go out, though, so it'll be a throw now for Pro-Profile. Intercepted here now for UMA. Another chance to counterattack, but couldn't get hold of it in possession. And Kalonji's back at it. And as we start this game, we can see a very slow pace to it so far. As I say, that Kalonji is not necessarily known for any type of fast counterattack play as a normal, although they can hit very quickly on the break. They much prefer the short passes. But here's a long ball down the near side here. Tried to get to Hilton. It'll be Grant Carr with the throw. Pawlowski all the way over to the right side. Romero trying to come through the middle. Switching through, skipping through, almost through, still in possession. Good shot and a goal! What a very fantastic goal there from Kalonji Pro-Profile to start this game out early on. It's going to be Tareem Tamimi with the goal there. He got possession on that right side. They did not deal with it at all. UMA allowed them to have that space. And we'll take another look here. You see that they had that little almost lost possession here, did not clear, came out to Tamimi, and he just buries it from the left side there, from the right side of the box there. So that been on 5 points there. And a great start for Pro-Profile. And a very worrisome start for UMA. They would have wanted to be stronger in defense and try to keep them out and make their own attacking threats, but they were unable to do so this early on. But how will they respond now? There's some time, plenty of time to do something about it here in this match. And again, they do need a victory. A draw will not help them as far as a playoff spot for UMA. They need a victory, and they need Augusta Arsenal to lose. Now, the first part of that equation is working out so far as Angeles leads Augusta Arsenal right now in the second half of that game, 1-0. So if UMA, if that score holds and UMA can come back and win this game, which is a tall task seeing that Kalonji has yet to be defeated this season. But they played them close on Friday, 1-0 loss to them on Friday. And so they have the maybe the incentive here for that playoff spot could be just a difference with Kalonji already confirmed the division title holders here. And they're really just preparing for the postseason right now. They do have a strong squad in here. Here's Kalonji on the right side coming through. Tamimi. Back over to Kamani. And coming through. Now UMA with a chance to counterattack. He's got some work to do to get around the defenders there. He's fighting his way through there, but it's going to go all the way back through to the goalkeeper. And now over to Grant Carr, who pushes it through the middle. Tony Tiente. That was now off to the right side. Long ball down the right side. It's going to be cut out by the UMA defenders. UMA trying to work themselves out of the back there. It's going to be taken by Pro-Profile. Oh, tried to swing it through. Miscue there. Gives it back to UMA as they try to break quickly here. Could not get that outlet pass down to the right side. It's going to be taken back by Pro-Profile. Here's Tiente over to Kalonji. Now to the right side. Swings through the middle. Tried to thread it through. Unable to do so. But they still maintain possession, does Pro-Profile. Now all the way back to the goalkeeper. Here, a real patient play, as I said before. Not a lot of pace to the game just yet. A long ball here is going to keep it in. Comes off of the UMA player and cleared now. Kalonji back in possession. UMA look content to kind of hold back a little bit. They're sitting back a little bit, absorbing some of that pressure, see if they can hit on the break. And they seem to have made that attempt a couple of times already. Just haven't been able to link up the play so far with the attackers. But that appears to be one of the strategies that they're going to employ here. Here now down the right side, trying to get around into the box. It's going to go out for a throw. Very close to the corner flag there. Kareem Tamimi with the only goal so far in the 5th minute after a good approach play by Pro-Profile. And the whistle goes down for a foul. And put back in immediately here. Short pass for Pro-Profile. Back to the middle here. Over to Kalonji. Tried to scoop it in, but it's headed up into the air by the UMA player. UMA trying to get it down and get going in the other direction. But he's going to let it go out for a throw. Now all the way back to the goalkeeper. And here we come back the other way. Scooped over the top there. UMA taking possession now. Closed down heavily. He's back in Pro-Profile's possession again. Kalen tries to get it around the middle, but it's taken off of him in the middle here. Now again, trying to break quickly. He's by himself, a little isolated up front there. He's now got some help off to the left side. He's found him. He's going to go cross field, tries to get in the middle, and just a little too far to the right. Not a bad opportunity there for them to try. See, it came off to the right side. Plenty of space over the left side. Tried to get it through. He saw a player down the middle, and not bad. If he could have gotten connection there, that could have been a one-on-one with the goalkeeper that he would have to overcome with a header. But he was not able to connect there. Yeah, I'm reminded they played not Friday, Wednesday. I was in another game on Friday, so apologies I got that wrong. But the UMA game against Kalonji last week was Wednesday. But it's still, it must be difficult, I think, for either team when you play your opponent 2 games in a row. I mean, you have to worry about the personnel, the strategies. You come out with a different strategy, you come out with the same strategy and try to overcome whatever happened in the first game. So it is a challenge for the coaches. Here's a ball looped in the middle there and just went out again, but it was going to be offside. So the flag went up on the near side here. Here we go down the middle. Here's Tiente coming through the middle. Had Tamimi. Now he goes down the right side. He's got a lead. It's onside here, but it will be goalkeeper catching up with it in the box. And long clearance from the goalkeeper, but only as far as the back line of the Kalonji. Pro-Profile again, trying to play it through. They do the pass back behind the defensive arc there, and they're trying to, some instances, go long down either the left or the right side. Try to get down those wings. They've had somewhat success there, but UMA have been even to the task there so far. Now here's a ball over the top, but no one is on the end of that one. They'll put it in. Still sort of a chess-like early on here in the 15th minute. KSA, Kalonji Pro-Profile leading 1-0. Long clearance again. Headed up by Grant Carr. And that'll go out for a throw. And I was saying that Grant Carr is coming back from suspension. Also, Kamani Irving, the normal captain for Kalonji Pro-Profile. He is also coming back from a 3-game suspension for a red card against Georgia Revolution. So he's got some fresh and experienced legs back here for Pro-Profile. Now, here's UMA into an attacking position here. Now, over the top there, they're looking like they're finding something that they want to try to do with the looping balls over the top down the middle. And they're not far off so far. Now, UMA, long ball down that left side, not connecting up here. Here they come down again. Kalonji. Cut back, Tiente. Pavlovsky. Now over the Grant. Back to Kamani. Long ball over that right side again, trying to find those wing. Taken off of him there by UMA. Still in. Now with a chance to clear. Long clearance down the midfield. Just a little bit too far for the attacker. Now here's Kalen Kalonji. Very closely there by UMA. Trying to weave his way through. He's going to try to go down. He's done well here down his left side. Nice little cross on the low on the ground by Grant Carr. It did reach the other side there. Here's a looping ball that goes over and out. It'll be a goal kick. It was a pretty good approach there with Grant Carr getting behind the UMA defenders there. Got the cross field, but unable to connect with anybody in the front. Angeles now have scored a second goal. They're leading 2-0. Of course, that game has a lot of significance to this one. UMA needs Angeles to win that game, and then UMA needs to win this game to have a chance at that last fourth playoff spot. Again, they are able to beat the offside trap there. Here he comes down that right side. Tries to get through. It's going to come off the defender. Actually, it's coming off of the pro-profile player. It's going to be a goal kick. Still 1-0. UMA definitely has an opportunity to do something with this game and possibly get back into the playoff picture. Oh, almost taken off of him there, but referee says play on. He's got possession of the ball. Oh, miscue there. Player's not on the same page. I think the passer was looking for the player to run forward. And unfortunately, he was waiting for the ball to come to him directly. But here come Pro-Profile now back again in the other direction. Another long ball down, this time the left side. It's going to be headed out for a throw for Pro-Profile. All right. Yeah, got the retake. Yes, Grant in with the throw. A little scuffle here on the near side, but it's taken by Kalen Kalonji. He's got it out into some space there now. Tiente. Kalonji. Back over to Bees. Through the middle, Pawlowski. Oh, I think that's Ramos. And now almost got it through. Is trying to get it through to the attacker down the middle, unable to do so. But here it comes back the other way. Kalonji, sandwiched by two UMA players, gets through it. I was looking for some relief now. Here's Pawlowski. Now Irving, Pawlowski. Now through to Mimi. Kalonji. Now out to the right side here. Trying to move it around the right. Almost gets it through. Blocked. It's going to go out for a corner now. So now another opportunity here for Pro-Profile. They've been very good with set pieces this season. In-swinger coming. Coming in very close to the goal, but it goes through without touching anybody. It's going to go out. And UMA will gain possession back. A lot of area here for the runoff there. It took a little while to get the ball back, but we got ready for the goal kick. Now long clearance down the middle to the center circle. It's going to be judged a foul on Pro-Profile. Now it goes to UMA with an opportunity now to put the ball in play in a little bit more attacking fashion here. Oh, I would say wasted opportunity there. Gives it right back to Pro-Profile. Really wasn't necessary, but here comes the other way again. They're doing that pass down the right side. They're either coming down the right or the left side here. They're seeing something that they can exploit, I think. Try to get those wingers behind the defenders, and they're making some headway with that. UMA are going to have to probably make some adjustment there. I'm sure Coach Andrew Joe is going to be aware of that and be able to make those adjustments. And it's gone out for a throw the other way by Kalonji. Well, Pro-Profile. Yeah, here we go. A lot of speed. Zane Hilton, who is our current Golden Boot leader, actually, in the South Division. Oh, nice give and go opportunity there, given away, though. UMA going back the other way. Down the right side there. Got another important score that I'll give to you. It has to do with, as the ball goes out for a throw in, another important game up in the North Division was the game with Atlanta Fire going up against Soccer Saves Lives. Now, these are two teams that are battling against relegation, and Atlanta Fire on 1 point and Soccer Saves Lives really just on 3 points, and they tied full-time whistle 2-2, which gives SSL the survival, and Atlanta Fire is now relegated. So in the north, Atlanta Fire is relegated, and in the south, LSA Norcross are relegated for the spring 2026 season. So the only thing left to decide here is the final playoff spot, which this game will determine. getting more and more. Everything went down to the last weekend. This is the last weekend of the regular season. The division playoffs start next weekend. And after halftime, we'll go over all the playoff teams and possible matchups. UMA trying to work their way in the middle here. Now, long ball. Zane Hilton tries to go long range, unable to get it on target though. It just shows you how dangerous they can be. If you give them any type of space, they will try to exploit it. And Zane Hilton is one of the more prolific scorers for Kalonji Pro-Profile. So here's they get it. You got a lot of space there and able to get that ball going back the other way, but not on target. And that's the danger when you're playing a team like this. You just have to be very careful. UMA have a very solid defense this season, but you do have to be vigilant. And that'll be a throw for UMA. Tried to go long, headed back the other way. UMA trying to wrestle with possession, able to get it back now. Oh, miscue there and gives it to Zane Hilton. He's come through, gone through, it's gone down. It will be a card here. It will be the first card as he tried to stop the play that got in. It was a miscue in the first place that gifted Pro-Profile the ball. Let's see why they're doing that. We'll take another look at it. See here, the miscue is here, mishit it. And Zane Hilton tries to come through, tackle from behind, tripped up, and goes down and earned a yellow card, first one of the game. And now a very dangerous position for UMA in that Pro-Profile in a spot here. Oh, this, I just realized it's a penalty. In the box was the foul. So definitely a very dangerous situation for UMA. And cleanly done as he puts it in, slots it in for an easy penalty conversion, and it's 2-0, just like that. And just a wrong type of situation for UMA at the moment to give that away. See, it just sets up, passes it into the back of the net. And it's 2-0 to Kalonji Pro-Profile. Now it's sort of an uphill battle because UMA are going to have to try to take chances at this point. It's still in the first half, though, so you don't want to do too much to leave yourself vulnerable in the back and make it even worse. But you're going to have to really clean up a little bit. And again, almost, but that's going to be a foul. But just through a mistake in defense, giving the ball away cheaply, and then the penalty. He's come back through. And the ball is fairly gotten, says the referee. Now cleared by UMA. Long range ball there. Goes too high. Another opportunity given. They're taking any opportunity they have with the spaces they've been given. And it's getting dangerous for them. So the ball in this replay comes through. Just had some space, and Ramos just thought He would just take a crack at it. And not far off, but too high. Now long ball down to the center circle again. Unable to keep it in. It's going to go out for a throw for Pro-Profile. Game over at Augusta Soccer Park there. Augusta Arsenal still trailing 2-0. Here in the 78th minute there. It's a favorable result if it stands for UMA, but they have their own problems here. They've gone down early. Ooh, just taken off of him now. Here's Kalonji with a chance at counterattack. Here's Kalin. He's got options to the right there. He takes it. Now coming into the box. Now if I keep an eye on where the penalty area is, that gray line is where it is. That's where I missed it before. It'll be a throw in for Kalonji Pro-Profile. Here they are back again. UMA now taking possession. Chance, a half chance at a counterattack, but is now coming back the other way from Pro-Profile. It's a little jumble of red shirts to get through. Oh no, look, gets it from the, coming through the middle there. I believe that's Zane Hilton who adds on to his tally. Ball was coming through, they couldn't clear it fast enough. And Zane Hill was in the right place at the right time to scoop that in for Kalonji Pro-Profile for a 3-0 victory, or excuse me, lead here. There he goes, unable to get it clear, and it just passed him. He just happened to stand in the right place at the right time. And it's 3-0, 33rd minute. It's really becoming very critical now for UMA. Because when you get behind that much and you're away from home against a quality opponent like Kalonji Pro-Profile, it becomes very hard to come back to it. But I can remind everybody what they did against Dalton United a couple of seasons ago in the playoffs after extra time. Came back a couple of times in that game and wound up winning it. But right now, Pro-Profile's sort of cruising along here in this first half. Long ball down near side here, headed away by Grant Carr. Zane Hilton again, willing chaser down this left side. Can he catch it? And he does keep it in. Comes into the box here. Shimmies through. Right-footed shot. Tried to get it through to the right side. And it will be, it has gone out for a goal. Oh, so I saw the flag go up and I thought it was indicating a goal kick, but it will go out for the corner. UMA just really going to have to be very vigilant here in defense again. Definitely don't want to give up a fourth now. In-swinger that's going to be coming in. Here it goes. Nice height. Headed in and away there. Just taken off of the line. Now taking short this time. Mimi tries to swing it in, headed up and over. Now long shot. Oh my goodness, what a goal that was. Got the rebound coming off of the corner and just swung his leg at it and just beyond nothing the goalkeeper could do. Comes through to Mime, try to work his way through. Now his head is punched out, and then just a nice little left-footed shot. Nothing anybody could do, just a perfectly executed goal there for Kalonji Pro-Profile, and now it's just getting almost a bridge too far. Coach Andrew has made a couple of changes here. 2 substitutes have come in. 37th minute and 4-0. This has been the pattern per profile. This is how they play in this division. They seem to be a step above everybody else in the division. They have an amazing scoring record this season. And just as Potros FC were invincibles last season, Profile are doing something a little bit different there. Oh, decent shot there. It goes wayward to the left. Goal kick, says the referee. Ready to put the ball back into play. Another long kick down to the center circle. Again, headed back the other direction by Pro-Profile. TNT gets it all the way back to Maynard. Here's Irving. All the way cross field to that right side. Headed back the other way now. Ball came off of Ramos' face there. Now it's UMA's time to go down that left side there. It's offside. Flag is up. Ninth minute, getting close to halftime at this point. I think UMA needs to get to halftime, regroup, see if they can come up with something in the second half. Because remember, a draw does not do them any good as far as the playoff picture. They need to win. And, you know, there's no evidence from what Kalonji's been doing all season that can be done at this point. But you never know. It's football. You never know what can happen. Profile keeping that possession, short passing game that they're so well known for. Again, that right side wing, they're really trying to get down there and attack it. At that time it goes out for a corner. This also will be an end swinger. Coming in close to the goal, kick punched away. Remy pressured heavily there, trapped in the corner, trying to work his way out. Goes out, but it will be a throw for UMA. Coming off the Pro-Profile player. much to the chagrin of the pro-profile player there. I think he thought it was going to be a throw-in for them. Challenge comes back. Okay, he's onside here. All the way back to Adelis. Tries a short way. Oh, miscue puts it out for a throw for Kalonji Pro-Profile. Very unfortunate that you give up possession there. You're going to have to tighten up in defense for UMA. Here's Kalonji. And the miscue from them puts it out for a goal kick. That's going to be relief for UMA. And they need to get to the point here where they can get to the halftime without any further damage and come up with something for the second half. There's Adelis. Another long ball down the middle. Kalonji has been winning those, but this one almost gets through. Try to get it to Damien. Here's Hilton, Golden Boot leader at the moment. Grant Carr. Kamani Irving. Now all the way back to Maynard. Getting out the other side here to Demise. Long ball. This time tried to go down the middle there, try to get Kalen Kalonji. He's going to be headed out, but for a Kalonji throw. Very, very tight performance here from Kalonji Pro-Profile. Grant Carr, another looping little cross there, tried to get it through to Kalen Kalonji's, cleared by UMA. Grant Carr goes to retrieve the ball here. Another score update. Angeles has now taken a 3-0 lead against Augusta Arsenal. So one half of this equation for UMA is getting done. But more importantly, what's happening here is not really cooperating. They are in the 90th minute there, so it's almost certain that Angeles victory there, which would open the door for UMA. Grant Carr puts it into Kalen Kalonji. He's held up, but it's going to be play on. Cleared out. Throw in is going to be Grant Carr again. It's Timimi. UMA now, chance to break. Damien tried to get it further down, but unable to do so. UMA ball. Get it through. Got that space far on the left side there. Not able to get it over to him though. Kalonji clears it down the other way, but they are still going to get it. It's going to be a foul though. Looks like the yellow card has come out on that challenge there. I think that's more cumulative. Some of the other attacks there. 45th minute now. We're getting close to the halftime whistle. A lot of work for Coach Andrew as they go into the half here in a moment. Here we go. Try to get it through the middle there, UMA. Trying to hold on here. Get to the half without any further damage. Oh, tried the spectacular there and unable to get it on target with the half volley. retrieve that ball. I might as well take a look at that while they do that. Coming over to the right side here. See, he's going to put the ball at a pretty decent height here. Tries to get his foot wrapped around that, but not really able to do much with it. Four 0 here in stoppage time of the first half. Goal for UMA, if they could get and sneak in a goal right here before the half, would be very useful for the start of the second half. See if they can accomplish that. Angeles has defeated Augusta Arsenal 3-0. Game they played away at Augusta Soccer Park. So it's all down to this one now. The stoppage time in the next 45 minutes will determine the playoff picture. The referee is dealing with a issue there. And before we get this throw in to come in. Here we go, long throw into the box, all the way towards Maynard, all the back up. He's fighting to get to the ball there. He's gotten away. Oh, he's a double save there. And now with Kalonji trying to hit on the break there, they got some numbers forward. In the middle, Tamimi tried to get on the back of that. It's cleared out by UMA. Came off a hand, I thought, but play on. Nope, it is going to be handball. UMA. Yes, Kalonji slyly tried to kick the ball away a little bit there, but I'm sure that they'll add that on anyway. So here we go, free kick for UMA. Deep, try to get it into the, and that is going to be the end of the first half. And it's quite the performance for Kalonji Pro-Profile in this first half as they take a 4-0 lead into the halftime break. And we'll have to see what kind of adjustments UMA can make for the second half. But until then, we'll see you in 15. All right, we're going to get set for the second 45 here. It's a big task for UMA to come up and do something with this 4-0 deficit that they have. And we'll see here one of the reasons why, as we got the results. Actually, that's not updated, but the results that are coming in from the other games. Of course, we know that Angeles. And here we go for the second 45. But Angeles did defeat Augusta Arsenal, which would have opened the door for UMA FC if they could do something in this game. A win by UMA would see them qualify for the playoffs. And you see here the updated chart here, UMA in 5th place. They need to be in 4th place in order to get there. But it seems a far length away from them so far now as they try to stem the flow that Kalonji has created in the first half and then come back in the other direction. But we'll see what they can do. Ball coming way down the middle here. Sort of the pattern that ended in the first half. We'll see if there's going to be a change for either club in the second half here. A scuffed clearance there from Adelis. But no harm, no foul. Able to collect it and now get it going in the other direction. And ball's going to roll out there as they come through. Gives an opportunity here for UMA in a scoring position from the corner. This will be a set piece in swinger. A score early would do wonders for them for the second half. Here he comes, coming in close to the goalkeeper, headed up and away. Going to come back out here. We'll see what they can do with this from the other side now. It'll be another in-swinger. Far post. And harmless, he goes out. It's going to be a goal kick now. Chris Haggerty there having a little discussion about something there with Grant Carr there. Seemed to be a little bit of a disagreement, but we're back at it nonetheless. Here's Demise down on the right side here. And to come on through to Kalonji. Ball rolls all the way back to Adelis in goal. And I will say this game has not had the pace that I would have expected. More of a frenetic pace, but more of a chess-like match, with Kalonji on a couple of occasions scoring off of defensive mistakes from UMA. And then a penalty to start things off, but a rather masterful open field shot for the second goal. UMA have had half chances coming down on the break, but nothing really serious so far. Oh, tries to cut it through. Beautiful ball down the middle, but it cut out just the last minute. And won fairly there as Grant Carr comes away with it. UMA fighting desperately for the ball on the far side. There will be judged to have been a foul. Quickly taken back into play. Oh, UMA still not pressing very much. They are sitting back a little bit here. Not really closing down very much. And looks like Brayton's come in. Didn't see him on their roster sheet here. Taken away by UMA. Coming back the other way. A little handy there. It's going to allow them to put it back into play by a free kick. So, yeah, I didn't have Brayton Kalonji on the on the roster sheet, but it appears to have come in for Kalonji Pro-Profile. Now another opportunity here for UMA with the throw in. Up in the middle. Tries to get it, got it to Tamimi. Nice little touch there to get control. Now down the middle. Here's Tiente. Off the middle. Gets to Zane Hilton. Cut out by UMA. Can he get something going the other way? Surrounded by Kalonji players, and it is Kalen Kalonji comes away with it. Gets it all the way back to Maynard in goal. Now here we go. Back the other way. Demise to Kalen. Try to get it down to Zane Hilton down the middle. And he keeps on going. Pushed off the ball. And it's going to be, judge the foul, be UMA free kick here. As I said earlier, if UMA have any hope of scoring what would have to be 5 goals here in the second half, they need to score immediately to kick things off. And that's going to go harmlessly out for Kalonji throw. Don't know if the pace will pick up from a UMA point of view, but I think the strategy of waiting and being patient is not going to work so well in the second half. Pawlowski over to the middle. Here's Tiente. That's Hilton, rather. Coming back the other way. Pawlowski. Tiente. Tries to get it through all the way to Kalen Kalonji. Trying to step through on his left foot. Comes through. The shot there. Harmlessly goes out for a goal kick. Patient play by Kalonji Pro-Profile, but that type of possession is what is going to be worrying for UMA because it takes up time. Is the Kalonji coming over and then just a quick right-footed shot off target. And a goal kick back to live action. And it's going to come back the other way. And I'm not seeing the urgency yet from UMA. I would expect to see them in more of a higher gear, pressing a lot more all over the field. They're going to have to really put it all on the line here if they have any hopes of getting there. Of course, the danger of that is you leave yourself a little vulnerable in the back. There's Braden Kalonji. Tiente over to Pawlowski. Now, Kalen Kalonji sort of has a roving position. He's been on the left wing and the right wing so far this game. Hilton trying to run down the middle there to get into some space to receive across if possible. Tiente in the middle, sort of an anchor in that midfield is Tony Tiente. Now over to Demise. Morton. Demise again. Tamimi back to Demise. Tiente. Loses a little bit of control there. Errant pass back there, but he turns it in. Kalonji keeps possession here. Now here comes the UMA press a little bit. They're going to have to do that. That's the thing in order to press something. Almost got a good rebound there. A little challenge in the middle. And fouled by UMA. So, but that's what they're going to have to do a lot more of, I think, in the second half. Sort of force the action. It doesn't, there's nothing really to save yourself for here. Can't worry about goal difference or anything like that right now. You got to win. Here's Tiente scooping ball over the top. Just to be onside as Braden Kalonji tries to get through. Defender came around him and made it safe back to Adelis. And he puts it back into play here. And again, another infraction. Gives UMA another chance here. Takes a little pressure off them, too. They need to get back into it. Adelis. He's going to be pressured by Zane Hilton. Now, long ball down this near side here. Headed up and out. Not a bad choice there. He had a leading run coming down for Christian on this left side. Chris Haggerty giving him the directions there. Setting up for a long throw here. This is going to be Drew coming through. Sort of their long throw specialist, it appears. Into the middle of the box. They're headed up and out by Demise. UMA still with possession there. It's got a bit of a work to do around two defenders there for Kalonji Pro-Profile. Nice move out by the corner flag, but he tried to slip it through, but unfortunately, don't think he saw the other Pro-Profile player behind the defender that was on him. Here's streaking to Mimi. Cuts in, cuts back out, finds it's onside, goes in, and oh, just off to the right there. I thought maybe he might be offside when he came across. It was offside, so there the flag did go up. A little bit off screen, but I got the confirmation from our crack camera person, Krishna Kopp. She's got a cool husband. And here we go now. Put it back into play after the offside call. Long kick down the middle here. Braden puts it back into play. UMA coming away with it, though. Christian swings it down left side, but it's going to be Pro-Profile coming back the other way, scooping it up. Challenge in the middle, gives it back to UMA. UMA now trying to play it out. Oh, just Pawlowski almost stole that one coming through. It's foul from behind there. Morton puts down the UMA player. No harm, no foul there. Well, there is a foul, but no harm. And now we'll put it back. Drew setting up. Looks like he wants to go deep. Cross field as well. And ball's going to harmlessly go out for a goal kick. And it looks like they're preparing for substitutions is Kalonji Pro-Profile. Get themselves ready for the playoffs, which is what this game is for them. This is a team that had at one time gone to the national finals and won a third place position there. It's the furthest they've gotten. And Coach Bruno Kalonji, he wants the whole thing this time. And they haven't messed about this season. Still a bit of rain falling down here, 74 degrees. Light rain. And so substitutes from both sides here. UMA put in one, and Kalonji has brought in 3. We'll get back into play here. All righty. Now I think we're ready to get back into play here. Zane Hilton with the throw. Scoops it up, try to get them into the middle. There's nice little ball up to the back there, but it is only to a UMA player. 62nd minute. Unlikely to see UMA score 5 goals in the second half against Kalonji Pro-Profile, but it's the last game of the season. There's no reason but to not try it. Kalonji Pro-Profile all season long have only allowed 4 goals total. 2 have come against 2 different games from FC Columbus, and then UMA FC scored 2 in a 10-2 defeat for them. That game was last week before the midweek UMA game here. And this ball scooped through the middle there. It's going to be headed away. And tried to keep it in, but it's going to be a throw here for Kalonji Pro-Profile. Games like this, you start with trying to score 1 at a time when you're down in this manner. Kalonji Pro-Profile has been extremely, there's a corner kick coming up, irresistible this season. Potros went undefeated, untied last season, and Kalonji is on the verge of doing the same this season with an even better goal difference record than even Potros. Those are 2 fantastic seasons back to back, one for Potros and one for Kalonji Pro-Profile. And now we're going to have an in-swinger here. Here it comes, close to the goal. Far post, headed down and came off with, I guess, the upper arm. Oh, it is going to be a foul there. Thought it came off the arm. I think that might have gone in had it not just come off of the Pro-Profile player, that header on the far post. But fortunately for UMA, it did stay out, and it will be a foul. I believe it was what it looked like was a handball. Here's, oh, pickpocketed up, but unfairly so, says Chris Haggerty, the referee. And we have Christopher Haggerty, the center ref. Carlos Rondon and Jacob Kazmarek are the ARs, and Horacio Oliveira is our 4th official. So we get ready for more substitutes, this time from UMA. And unlike the other leagues, top leagues, there aren't substitution periods as it is in USL and MLS, as well as the English Premier League. Oh, nice little pickpocket there by UMA, but it does go back to Pro-Profile. We're getting to the area of the game for UMA where they're going to be looking for consolation type goals. Everything was set up for them. Angeles did defeat Augusta Arsenal, which was the first part that needed to happen. But unfortunately for UMA, they ended the season against what would arguably be the top team in the entire Georgia Conference here. It's a tall order for anyone. But I would still count UMA as a successful season here. They finished just outside the playoff spots. They'll be back stronger next season. There will be a revamping of the Georgia Conference next season. Details of that you'll catch up. And a ball goes in and comes through the middle there and just squeezes through for a 5th from Kalonji Pro-Profile. And nothing looked on at the first bit when it came across the middle, but UMA were kind of slow to react to that. And we'll take another look here. See, over the top here, the ball comes over it. That's where you think it's going to be cleared. And I tell you what, the defenders, I think, confused themselves. Take another look. We got a little time. If you look at it, when it bounces, the defenders stop, and Pavlovsky goes straight through and just it's gifted the ball, gifted the goal there. Again, that's going to be a defensive mistake. And Coach Andrews not going to be liking what he saw there.
That ball could have easily been cleared by UMA, but the defenders, I think one of the defenders thought the other defender was going to take it, and they both stopped. And Pawlowski just came straight through. He was the only one that continued to run, and he buries it for Kalonji Pro-Profile's fifth. That's going to be a sealer, I think. I mean, it's still 68th minute, but now you're talking 6 goals that they need. I just don't see it happening. It's going to be consolation time for UMA. Let's see what happens. Kalonji Pro-Profile will be presented the division title trophy today, post-match. Trophy they've already earned. They won the division with 2 games to spare. Closest challenger was Georgia Revolution, who do end up in second place and home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs, which start next week. They'll be playing at Old Warhawk Stadium next weekend. Here it is down the middle there. It's going to get all the way down to Adelis. Long clearance again down the right side. Now coming back the other way, it's going to be a foul. Yeah, that 5th goal I think is a backbreaker, especially the manner of the goal. I mean, you can see the disgust in the defenders for UMA. They looked at each other. It's like they could not believe that had happened. And it's going to be offside. And it goes out again for a UMA throw. Everything starts with trying to get an attack on goal here. They haven't had a legitimate challenge on goal all game so far. Now down this left side. Nice scoop up. It's going to go easily over to Adelis. Thrown back into play here. Got a little space down this left side, this near side here. Taken off, coming back the other way now for Kalonji. Now a little bit of a long attempt there. Poorly executed, but attempt nonetheless. Goal kick will put it back into play. Now again, headed down the middle. They haven't had much success with that, and long attempt there, but nowhere near threatening Adelis in goal. And of course, the team that's going to be most happy today is going to be, despite the losses, Augusta Arsenal. Although they lost the game today against Angeles, they do end up in the 4th spot with this loss to UMA. If UMA could have won this game, they would have jumped over Augusta into that 4th playoff spot, and it would have eliminated Augusta Arsenal. But as it is, Augusta Arsenal will be playing postseason play next weekend. And UMA will be preparing for next season. That ball goes out. It's going to be a goal kick here. So it's going to be a very, very successful season here for Augusta Arsenal, who had a manual promotion into the Premier their first season here, and it's no small feat to qualify for your postseason play in your first ever season in the top flight. Oh, got a little space there and a little bit of speed to the left side. He's weaving in between the defenders there, but it is cleared out. And here come UMA. He's a little slow to move that ball. Forced a sort of awkward pass here. Oh, nice little move up the middle there. Tried a little too much over the top there. Tried to get it to the forward up front. Unable to do so. Be nice if they could end this game with a goal for UMA. And you'll be seeing them again next season. The good thing about the UPSL, they play year-round. So the fall season starts, for us, it'll be in early September again, and we will have another invitational match, possibly at MOBA Soccer Park in late August. And then after the fall season, we're going to employ a fall season, or actually a winter Challenge Cup. And that competition will be open to all divisions. And some of you may have seen that they are rebranding the A-League as Division 2. So we're adding another division below Division 1. There will be promotion and relegation between Division 2 and Division 1, as well as between Division 1 and Premier. So the conference is widening up. And Premier, like I say, if you keep track of us on YouTube, we're going to have a special podcast next week. Center Circle, we're going to talk about the reorganization. Ooh, all over there, Kalonji with a prayer over the top there. But the reorganization of Premier, which is going to see a change in the way that the structure is for the divisions, and we'll have more on that later. You'll get exclusive coverage from ASMG TV on YouTube for that, as well as some special guests from the UPSL executive team as they talk about the plans for the league going forward. Some very exciting news coming up. So keep tuned, and we'll let you know all about it. As UMA look to put this back into play here. 5-0, 75th minute, 15 minutes plus stoppage to go. Fighting through the middle here, UMA. Got a little space here, and option off to the left, found him. Cuts in. Taken off of him. Kamani Irving. Now down the middle. Intercepted. Chance at a shot. Best chance of the opportunity for UMA today. But it was miscue off to the right. Good opportunity there. Tried to take a quick shot there. Couldn't really get much on it. As he stepped in front of that clearance there. Right-footed shot. Couldn't get any mustard on it. And so it remains 5-0 to Kalonji Pro-Profile. Kalonji is going to be very comfortable, just keeping possession. Long ball down here, though. They're not the team that kind of stops playing even when they're ahead here. They want to try their best to keep it going, keep the scoring going. I'll have to check and see. They may have the record for goal scorers in Premier. And we're going to be checking on as Lake Country United in Division I as well. They might have the goal scoring record. It's interesting, though, UMA FC had the previous goal record in Division I when they won Division I and were promoted the first time before coming into Premier. They had scored 63 goals in a 13-game season. It comes through the middle. Good little play there from the goalkeeper to keep that out. Good ball over the top. And again, sort of a wooden quality from UMA defenders. Didn't react too quickly. But Adelis did enough to keep that ball out, bravely going down to the feet of the Kalonji player to keep that out. It's so quick, the things that can happen here. Now, what will Kalonji do? UMA trying to hold strong here, keep another goal out. UMA again looking to try to keep him out and then get a consolation goal there. Block ball there from a shot attempt. It's going to go out for a profile throw. He's got a little space here. He's going to try to take a whaler of a shot there. Goes well off target there. Look at that other opportunity to come across the middle here. Nice little left-footed scoop in there. Got a touch on it. Didn't really get anything on there, but Adelis got down very well there to keep it out. That could have easily been a sixth goal. 79th minute. Adelis puts it back into play. Ooh, poor goal kick from him. Gives it back to Kalonji Pro-Profile. So now can UMA get it on the scoreboard before the end of the match to close out the regular season here? And it's going to be a yellow card for the challenge there. Kind of went after the man instead of the ball. Is going to be, I'm sure, the explanation there. Not a lot of malice in the challenge, just kind of a clumsy challenge a little bit. '80th minute. Tiente being instructed to where to place the ball. We're going to get 10 yards from Chris Haggerty, our center referee. And puts down the temporary foam. Don't cross this line. And they've crossed it. So here we go. Tiente. This is well within his range, believe it or not. He's hit them from further out, so it's going to be a challenge here. Yeah, the Haggerty's got him back to where they need to be, the wall, two-man wall. Looping up. Get the header. Adelis comes just enough there. Kalen Kalonji thought about taking a long-range shot. We tried to pass it out to the right, but it's cleared out by UMA. UMA attacker didn't see where the ball went there for a second. And it's Kalonji Pro-Profile coming back the other way. He scoops it over to the left side there. And will he keep it in? He has kept it in. It's going to go to the corner flag there. Now, space for days. He was going to take the long-range shot. Nobody there. It's blocked on the way in. Challenge, a jumble of players there is going to be off of the arm, I believe, for a foul. UMA to put in a free kick. There it goes. Long ball down the middle, trying to get it through after the collision there. Now it's just a matter of keeping possession and close out the game from a Kalonji Pro-Profile point of view. Like I said, earlier, it was always going to be a tall order to play Kalonji Pro-Profile. And the way the schedule was, because, you have 9 teams in a division like this. And again, that's going to change next season. We'll go into that in the podcast on ASMG TV next week. But several of the teams had to play their opponents twice. And in this case, there are 2 teams that you had to play twice. And you play everybody once, and then 2 of the teams you play twice. And UMA, unfortunately, pulled the straw and got Kalonji Pro-Profile twice. And as it turns out, one of the games had to be moved to midweek, which was last Wednesday night. UMA narrowly lost that game, and a controversial red card situation in that match where a UMA player was dismissed with a red card in a confrontation. And there's some argument that the Kalonji player should have been dismissed as well for the retaliation afterwards. And so that was unfortunate, and I'm sure that the UMA faithful feel that affected the final result. Because if they could have somehow won that game, even if they had lost this game, they would have been able to jump over Augusta Arsenal, who lost today to Angeles. But football is not as certain as all of that. You always have to play through these things that happen. And part of the game is these types of things that happen on and off the field sometimes. And here Kalonji's going to spend their time taking the seconds off, keeping possession, playing keep away. Crowd here is not large enough to say ole ole for every pass. Struggling to clear it out there. 85th minute. Five minutes and stoppage. There shouldn't be too much stoppage. Maybe a minute or 2, if that. And there's no doubt about the result here, and I doubt the referees are going to add too much onto it anyway. And as I say, Kalonji Pro-Profile, they're going to be looking to get things tightened up for the playoffs coming up. And as it is, they will be playing Augusta Arsenal here at Shiloh. I believe that game is going to be next Sunday at 7 o'clock here. So we'll be back here, ASMG, to cover that match. Kalonji Pro-Profile is going to try to equal a record here by finishing in a perfect season. The only other team that's done that was before Premier in Georgia. That was Atletico Atlanta, formerly Jenga Atlanta. They played a perfect season. They actually went all the way and won the national final, a game played at Silverbacks Park. But that was before the invention of the Premier Division. Since then, only Portros have finished perfect in the season, and now Kalonji Pro-Profile are about to do the same thing with an even better performance as far as goals scored and goals prevented. And we'll have some awards too to give out next week. The Coach of the Year, and of course Zane Hilton's going to get the Golden Boot for Kalonji Pro-Profile. We'll cover all of this in the ASMG TV Back Pass next week, hosted by yours truly. And go into details about the upcoming playoff picture, and we'll have Center Circle podcast we haven't even had this season yet, but we're going to get it done this week to talk about what's coming up in the postseason. Ooh, a little lazy pass there to no one in particular, but UMA are going to come away with it. Yeah, pass through, but the player was standing in an offside position. Getting close to full time, and we'll have a trophy presentation. Won't have it during the broadcast, but we'll show you that during the podcast as well. It may be nice if they could come out of the game with at least a goal here. And it's actually scoring against Kalonji Pro-Profile has been very hard for just about every team. Like I say, only 2 teams have done it. FC Columbus, here we go now. 1-on-1 now with Adelis. Oh, he comes in, takes the man out, but Haggerty says he got the ball. So a good challenge. Well done from Adelis. Oh, but here we go again, coming through. Layoff, right-footed shot right to Adelis. We'll try to take another look at that. We get a chance here. And that's a tough little challenge there. Whoa, now that's pretty terrible there. Red card, deservedly so, and Kaylin Kalonji is going to get a red card as well. And that was a rush of blood to the head. I'm not sure why the retaliation was the way it was. Chris Haggerty had it all covered. And boy, that's a messy way to end up, and that's going to be significant for Kalonji Pro-Profile with a red card there. Don't know why the challenge went in the way it did. There it goes down there. That's just a really bad one. And here comes the challenge hitting there. He was already going to get a red card. And then the UMA player came through emotionally and takes him out. And again, this is similar to the situation from Wednesday night, because Kaylin Kalonji was involved in that one as well, where the UMA player was red carded. The retaliation that the ref did not see was the retaliation coming back, similar to this situation here. So it's just amazing. See here that there's a ball, and here's the challenge from back. There's that bad challenge there, and then he runs from far over. That's going to be a really bad suspension too, I can tell you. You know, over there, Bruno Kalonji is having a word with Chris Haggerty about the whole situation. And Haggerty explaining the situation to him. And with that type of foul, Kaylin may not be available for any of the games in the playoffs. So that could be a 3-game suspension for violent conduct. Same for the UMA player who's going to, that suspension will bleed over into the next season along with the financial fine. And Tiente is also talking to Haggerty there. Just a messy way to end the game here. The game is already decided. Unfortunate challenge there and an unfortunate retaliation. Chris was dismissed as well. You can understand the emotion behind it. And again, like I said, if from the game on Wednesday, Kalon was involved in that red card situation for UMA, that they felt they were hard done by. And again, we are in stoppage time. Now, I said we weren't going to get very much stoppage time, but this is going to push it off a little bit more. And this is, you know, from Kalonji's point of view, it's going to be very, very interesting because I wonder if there's something that happened as well on the bench. But Kalonji may not be available for postseason play. It's Tamimi asking about maybe where Kalonji can go. I wasn't expecting that end to the match. So now Kalonji is going to be possibly without one of their attacking linchpins for the playoffs. But we'll see what happened. And now, like I say, I think from the challenge, he was going to get a red card. And then Chris came in. And I'll need to get an explanation of all of that because we'll have to see the report after the game before next week and see what the situation is going to be. But it's an unfortunate end to this game. We're not going to probably still get very much as far as stoppage time. And that is going to be it there. It's sort of a muted end to the game. So sort of anticlimactic, but it will be a victory for Kalonji Pro-Profile, 5-0. It saw the final whistle went off, but I did not hear very much by way of the crowd or anything. I think just because of what had happened there. It kind of went with like a deflated balloon there at the end. But as it is, Kalonji Pro-Profile win their final game of the season by a score of 5-0 over UMA FC. They go into the playoffs with a perfect record. We'll be playing Augusta Arsenal here at Shiloh next Sunday at 7 p.m. So ASMG TV will be there for that match, and we look forward to covering all the action there for you. So thank you for watching this final game of the regular season for the UPSL Premier Division, and we look forward to seeing you in the postseason as well.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.